welcome. Thank you, family friends, for joining me at Maria Loves to Talk. I hope you guys and girls are doing well, that you're having a good time. I don't know, maybe you're having a good time. Maybe you're not having a good time, but if you're not, I'm going to keep you lifted up. And hey, look in the mirror. I'm not trying to preach at you. Look in the mirror and say, like the mamas be telling the little babies the little affirmations. I am great. I am pretty. I am beautiful. I am loved. I am special. I'm going to win the lotto today. What about that? You guys, nope. No more celebrity news or gossip. I'm back again with some more crime, and relationships going sour. So, hey, if there's something you're interested in, you want to know more, you want to know my opinions, you want to know my speculations, hey, go get you some snacks. Come on back. If not, there's a billion videos on YouTube, and you go get them. First one story comes from the Augusta Press. It's a lady. I'm being nice saying lady. I should be just saying what it is. It's a Jezebel. A heathen Jezebel. Yeah, you're right. I said heathen Jezebel. And I feel that way when I see people praying, not praying, but praying on kids and the elderly, and of course pregnant women. So this says S and ends with X, 3 words. Trafficking prison term contested. This is a woman here, and this is recent, December 2022. A Columbia woman who assisted her husband. Remember, we got ride and die chicks who are doing criminal activity taken up for their husbands' boyfriends, even the mamas. That's why all these unsolved missing person cases cannot be solved. That's why. Okay, so she's assisting her husband, and as trafficking of a teen is contesting her 20-year prison term. Amanda Gunn, 36, filed a petition November 23rd in U.S. District Court of Augusta, seeking to vacate her 235-month prison term imposed May the 24th. Gunn contends in her petition that she was pressured, really, heifer, into pleading guilty. She wrote in her petition that she would have had no chance at a fair trial if forced to stand trial with her co-defendant and husband, Michael Peyton Gunn. Amanda further alleges that at a pretrial conference November the 4th, 2021, her attorney showed her a plea offer from prosecutors that she only had 5 minutes to consider because the trial was set for November the 15th, 2021, and the judge would not be available again before the trial was set to begin. So she wants us to feel sorry for her. She wants our sympathy, you guys, but they had no sympathy for this kid, okay? U.S. Attorney Tara Lyons stuck by a sentencing recommendation of 15 years in prison, according to coverage of sentencing hearing by the Augusta Press. Okay, so here she said, Amanda Gunn didn't know that her husband was abusing and torturing a child in her home. Okay, women, we know everything. If you don't know, it's because you choose not to know. That's why I said it. Because maybe it's just the women in my family or my friends, my little buddies. Because I know of stories, friends meeting a dude, and the next day driving up at midnight to his house to see what cars are out there. I know friends who have found a way, or maybe the girlfriend found a way to break into the man's computer, into his phone, went through the house, went through his office, went through his truck. Even kind of kids, maybe his kid from another relationship or something, or maybe their kid into getting them a little Dairy Queen or a little ice cream for them to tell them what daddy or lover boy did all day or whatever. So here, this is some more information. Also testifying in court, and this is from justice.gov. This is on her husband's case. So it says there's a man here, not a man, he's really a heathen. A heathen. Jonathan Eugene Grantham, 45, of Graniteville, South Carolina, who is serving on 140 months in federal prison after pleading guilty on August 2021 to coercion and enticement of a minor. Grantham, a former Aiken County High School teacher, admitted that he responded to an online advertisement trafficking the minor victim and then traveled from South Carolina to Evans to transport the minor victim to a motel for blank in return for payment. Okay, so, but this lady is saying she doesn't know anything. Other fool traveled from South Carolina to Georgia. Boy, what these men will do, committing crimes, human trafficking, abusing a child. So her husband was sentenced to 3 terms of life in prison after his conviction on 9 felony charges, including conspiracy to engage in trafficking of a minor. Chief Judge Randall Hall ordered Gunn to pay $800,000 in restitution and to register as a sex offender and be subject to a life of supervised release if he is freed from confinement.
A man is facing up to life in prison after being found guilty on federal child sex trafficking charges. Michael Gunn was arrested on charges of making and possessing child pornography, but according to the judge, the resulting investigation found crimes much more, quote, horrific. According to testimony, Gunn participated in the trafficking of a child as young as 7. Gunn's wife, Amanda, pleaded guilty to sex trafficking conspiracy last week. A Graniteville man, Jonathan Eugene Grantham, testified against Gunn in court. Grantham pleaded guilty earlier this year to coercion and enticement of a minor. He is awaiting sentencing.
And they found like 700 pictures. I don't understand how this woman is talking about, you don't know, and you gals, y'all know, that you go on your husband or your man's computer looking to see what's going on, what's happening, what he is doing. So for a woman to say, I didn't know what he was doing. I didn't know what this child, you don't talk to the child, you're not washing her clothes, you're not looking at the bed sheets and whatnot. I don't believe you. Moving on, this is New York Post. Manhattan DA Alvin Bragg to drop case against Tracy McCarter, who says she deleted husband in self-defense. This is, a lot happened during the holidays. This is November the 18th, 2022. So almost, it's so many. We got the Walsh guy who says he doesn't know what happened to his real estate wife. Then they had the other guy, I cannot pronounce his name. It sounded like it was a Greek name from year before last, and he ended up deleting himself and leaving his girlfriend out there basically to get the, I think she's saying she doesn't know what happened to the man's wife. They were in a heated settlement or divorce. So here,
nurse charged with murdering her husband. Today, her supporters rallied, demanding the district attorney drop the charges. The group saying the woman is a nurse who is a domestic violence survivor who was defending herself. CBS 2's Alice Gaynor has reaction from the DA's office.
Drop the charges! Drop the charges!
Supporters rallied in Foley Square, calling on Manhattan DA Alvin Bragg to drop all charges against 46-year-old Tracy McCarter.
She's not allowed to come here today and advocate for herself.
The group delivered a petition with over 20,000 signatures. McCarter was arrested in March 2020 after fatally stabbing her husband with a kitchen knife, she claims in self-defense. According to court documents, James Murray arrived at the Upper West Side apartment after drinking. A neighbor heard arguing and went to the apartment. McCarter, a registered nurse, was kneeling over Murray, putting pressure on his chest, yelling for help. She had already called 911. She told officers, "He started trying to take my money. He said, just give me money, and I was not giving him my money. And he pushed me." McCarter was charged with murder and indicted by a grand jury in September 2020. Supporters say the grandmother is a survivor of domestic violence. Her husband had a history of violence and drinking. While campaigning for Manhattan DA in September 2020, Alvin Bragg tweeted, "I stand with Tracy. Prosecuting a domestic violence survivor who acted in self-defense is unjust."
Disgusted with the fact that he's continued prosecuting her after voicing support for her.
In May, now Manhattan DA Alvin Bragg proposed a plea deal. A judge said no. In August, a motion was submitted to dismiss the indictment and proceed with a reduced charge of manslaughter. Mr. Murray's family has suffered a great loss as a result of defendant's conduct, and that this would maintain serious charges against defendant. A judge denied it, citing lack of evidence.
Attorney Alvin Bragg says he will not prosecute an Upper West Side nurse in the murder of her husband. Tracy McCarter was arrested in March 2020, accused of fatally stabbing her husband with a kitchen knife.
He showed up to her apartment drunk, demanded money, and threatened her. He demanded money, going like what I was saying earlier. When you marry someone, especially a woman, when you marry a man that's making much less than you, it still can be positive, but a lot of times it be negative because in a lot of cases, we've got men gold diggers out here. I forgot what you call the men that's gold diggers. Neighbors recall hearing McCarter screaming for help and finding her over Murray's bloody body, trying to stop him from bleeding. Earlier in the day, they said he went on a drunken rampage in the building. Okay, so why did you let him in? Yeah, I'm going there. McCarter had no prior NYPD record, and there was no history of domestic incidents reported at their home, authorities said. Murray was, however, hospitalized after a dispute between the couple in July 2019 due to his level of intoxication. He told cops at the time he was an alcoholic and relapsed. Wow. Well, I suppose she doesn't have to, she can get back to her nursing job. Ooh, that's sad. Moving on. True Crime Daily. West Virginia man accused of fatally victim and staging it to look like a car accident. That's been a lot of that going on. Another Lifetime movie. This is a young guy.
Welcome back. This morning, police in Monongalia County, West Virginia are searching for a man they plan to charge with murder. Yesterday morning, sheriff's deputies were called to a crash on Greenbag Road in Morgantown, and there they found Jamie Lynn Corbin inside of a car which had gone into a ditch. Corbin was pronounced dead on scene from injuries, but police say those injuries weren't consistent with the crash. Detectives determined Chance Williams was also in the car, and they've obtained a first-degree murder warrant for him. Williams is considered armed and dangerous, and if you know where...
Corbin was pronounced deceased at the scene, but the injuries that caused his death were not consistent with the vehicle accident. You guys, what am I telling you? You cannot outsmart the cop or the detectives. They went to school for this, okay? They went to school for this. They have training. According to criminal complaint obtained by WDTV, detectives found a large volume of blood inside the vehicle. The victim reportedly had suffered multiple wounds to his neck, chest, and torso. Deputies went to Corbin's residence to inform his mother of his death, and she told police that Corbin had a tumultuous relationship with Chance Williams. She reportedly said that Williams had beaten up Corbin in the past. And this guy looks, to me, looks like a little innocent, quiet guy, but them be the types. Authorities went to Williams' home and allegedly discovered what happened to be blood on the front door According to WDTV, deputies also located bloody clothing believed to have been worn during the incident. Wow, that's a big giveaway, isn't it? When officers spoke with Williams' mother, she reportedly said that her son confessed to deleting Corbin and that he had a knife in his possession that he was scaring the family with early that morning. According to the sheriff's office, detectives obtained an arrest warrant against Williams for first-degree murder. He was reportedly arrested and booked into the North Region jail. Okay, so am I missing something? Why didn't his mom call the cops? So let's say the cops wasn't on their JLB. Let's say the cops in West Virginia. What town was this? Let's say the cops in Morgantown was slow. Okay, let's keep it real. Sometimes the cops be a little slow. Sometimes the detectives be a little slow. They didn't have that, that Sherlock Holmes type. So Mama Williams, Chance Austin Williams, his mom, his family, wasn't going to call the police. She's talking about he's scaring them with the knife, blood all at the door, blood all over the place, but she wasn't going to call. She wasn't going to call that man, the other man, mom, and tell them. So again, as we stated, a lot of these cases, these missing people, I swear to me, all the other missing people out there, somebody knows, someone in that family, a friend, they just like in the previous story I shared with you, check out my video, Eldrick Scott ran to attack the woman, Carrie Allen in Omaha, ran to Mexico, looked like he told two friends what he did. The first one called another friend, like, I don't know, I guess he was too scared, and the other person turned Eldrick over. They always tell somebody. They can't keep it in them, okay?